The online review site Yelp is suing one of its merchants. Yelp claims the owner of a small law firm in San Diego had employees post fake positive reviews, the goal to attract customers. But the lawyer who runs that firm claims it's retaliation after he sued Yelp. CBS News legal analyst Jack Ford is with us. Jack, thanks so much.
Morning, Nora.
This is an interesting story. I just downloaded Yelp because my younger sister uses it. A lot of people use it to find restaurants, other businesses. What's at stake in this case?
You know, for the longest time, these sites on the internet were looked at almost like the Wild West. Anybody could say anything about anybody and basically couldn't do anything about it. What you're seeing now is the law is catching up and people are trying to say, well, how do I protect myself? So we've seen some situations where people have sued if they've claimed that people have said damaging false things about them. Here you have the site reaching out and saying to essentially a client, you're posting bogus reviews here. We want to protect the integrity of our site here, so we're coming after you for it. Now, it's important to remember that the guy on the other side says, no, I had nothing to do with that. But you're seeing the sites, again, trying to protect themselves and their own integrity here.
Yelp's credibility was at stake in their eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's two things, Charlie. It's one, it's their integrity. They say, look, we have to draw viewers here and people who are going to watch, and they have to know that they're going to get unbiased reviews for us to be valid here. And I think they're also trying to protect themselves. They don't want to be a situation where somebody relies on something on that site to their own detriment, and they come back to Yelp and say, look, it's your fault. You should have checked before.
But to win a lawsuit, do they have to prove that, in fact, these reviews were set up somehow by the owner of the business?
They say they have a terms of service agreement that when you sign up, and one of the things they claim is that you're not supposed, and you should know this because your terms of service, you're not supposed to have people post things that are not true. You can't make up things. You know, it's usually called puffery in the business. It's not illegal in the criminal sense of things, but they're saying it's a violation of their contract with you. Again, the guy on the other side said, I didn't do that.
People do this all the time?
I think the reality is yes.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you go on a site, John Miller and I were talking about this just a few minutes ago, and he was saying you go on a site and you see people who will give it a 1, and then all of a sudden you see people giving it a 5. Maybe your suspicion is the owner saw, oh my goodness, I'm getting 1s. I better have my brother-in-law call up and say, this is the best place ever in the world. You want to go here.
Sure.
So I think everybody realizes there's some level of that,
exactly.
but the sites are trying to do something to pull it back as much as they can.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.